All right, well, welcome. My name is Dawn Lofton. I'm a clinical yoga therapist for Om Shala, and I'll be leading this Yoga Nidra class for sleep disorders for Parkinson's. So we're happy to be here, and we're grateful for this community grant that we received from the Parkinson's Foundation. So we're going to go ahead and get started. So wherever you are at, go ahead and find a comfortable seat in a chair. Sit up nice and tall and scoot up a little bit so you're not slouching. Have both feet on the floor and just check that your legs are at a 90-degree angle. Take your shoulder blades behind your back and lift the breastbone and press in to the floor with your big toe pad, little toe pad, and the left and the right side of your heel. So you feel grounded. I am just going to ask everyone to mute real quick here. Good. Everybody's got a nice posture. Looks good. All right. So now just become aware of the breath moving through the body, the prana, the life force. And as you inhale, feel the coolness of the air. And as you exhale, feel the warmth of the air. And take a complete diaphragmatic belly breath. So as you breathe, the belly expands. And as you exhale, the belly softens. Good. Welcome, Christine. Go ahead and get seated. All right. So now we're just going to stretch out our neck. So take your right hand and just place it on your left ear. Stretch the opposite arm out and just a light little pull there. So you feel the scalene muscles on your neck stretching out. Not too far, just whatever is comfortable for you. Good. And then inhale, come back to center. And then we'll do the other side. Left arm to the opposite ear, stretch your other arm out, and a gentle little pull just to get that neck muscle released a little bit. And breathe into it. Good, and gently release, come back to center. And now we're gonna turn our head as soon as I let this person in. All right, Czech Kungal, Sashidar, welcome. So on your exhale, turn your head to the right. Just notice how far you're going, and then inhale back to center, and then exhale, turn the head to the left. Inhale back to center, exhale to the right. Again, just become aware of the range of motion. Inhale back to center and exhale to the left. Inhale back to center, and let's do that 2 more times. Exhale to the left. To the right. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Welcome, everybody. Exhale. Notice the range of motion. Good. Exhaling when we turn, inhaling when we come back to center. One more time. Inhale back to center. Very good, everybody. Everybody looks good. All right, so now we're going to do some hand clenches. So this is very good for us for helps with writing and dexterity. Okay, so going to open up your hands and then put your thumb in and close your fingers and then open up again. So just do this like 10 times. So this is very good for the dexterity of the fingers to help with writing. Good. So you can do this anytime. And then keep both hands in a fist, the thumbs inside. And now we're going to rotate the wrists. You can go, one can go clockwise and one can go counterclockwise, or you can do them both in the same direction, whatever's easier for you. And then whatever you're doing, switch it up. And again, we're just getting some dexterity in our wrists. Good. Bring your hands back down alongside of you. And now we're going to raise our shoulders up and then down again. Raise them up and exhale down. Inhaling up, exhaling down. Just notice the range of motion here. Good. Now for our shoulders. Now I've got two options. If you have any rotator cuff issues, you can keep your arms at arm level. If you don't, you can go above your head, okay? So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna put our palms together, interlace our hands, and then we're gonna turn them out. So I really want you to open up the palms really good. So this is just at shoulder level. Really stretch out those palms. Okay, now you can either stay here or you can gently raise the arms overhead, and then you're going to release and come down into cactus arms. Real slow, elbows by the side, and then palms together. Good. We'll do that a couple more times. Palms together, interlace the fingers, stretch it out, really open those palms up. Stay here or come up. Release, elbows come close to the side body. Excellent. Maybe we can go a little bit faster. Push out, inhaling up and exhaling, coming down. Good. Palms back together, interlace your fingers. Push them away from you. Either staying here or inhaling up. Cactus arms. Last time. Good. Inhaling up and release down. Very good. All right. So now we're going to do open up our chest, okay? So that will alleviate all the rounding that we do from being on all of our devices. So I'm going to show you from the side. So again, sitting up nice and tall, not too close, have some space behind you. Feet are hip distance apart. You can go ahead and just take your hands and put them behind your buttocks, or if you have a chair like mine, on the chair here, or on the back of the seat, if that works for you. And then we're gonna take an inhale and we're gonna look up. And you're gonna feel the whole heart center opening. You don't have to throw your head back, just open up the chest. And from the front, this is what it'll look like. Open up that chest, a nice counterpose to all the hunching that we do. Good. Very good. Now these next moves, you can either do seated or you can do standing, okay? Either way. So I'm gonna stand up just because I've been sitting all day. And we're gonna just start to, if you're seated, you're gonna have your feet hip distance apart. If you're standing, the same thing. Press your feet into the floor, four corners of the feet, stand up nice and tall, and we're just gonna swing our arms. Just make big, nice swings. And notice how your shoulders feel. Notice your range of motion here. And now we're gonna add something. We're gonna add a bend in the elbow. Okay, so this is what it looks like from the side. Bend in the elbow. Again, notice your range of motion. Notice how your elbows feel. Notice how the shoulders feel. Good. Okay, now we're going to do some crisscrosses. So the arms will come down by the side. And we're going to alternate what arm comes on top. Just like scissors. And notice how the back of your body feels when you do this. Become aware of sensation in your shoulder blades and the shoulders and even the chest area. Just notice. Notice how that feels. Good. Then just bring your arms down by your side. I'm going to show you two options. We're going to do a little standing twist, but I'll show a seated one too. But let me do this one first. So standing with feet a little wider than hip distance apart, and pigeon toe your feet in a little bit. And we're going to do a standing twist just like this. And notice my back foot, I come up on the ball of my foot. And it's like an empty raincoat arms. You're just swinging and your hands might tap your buttock or your hips. If you're seated in a chair, you can basically do the same thing like this. And again, just become aware of how that feels. Bring awareness to different parts of the body and especially the spine. Good. All right, so again, we're going to come into let's everybody come into seated on your chair. And we're going to do an upward abdominal lock. Okay, so I just want you to get to feel some sensation in your diaphragm. Okay, so seated here, what you're going to do is you're going to exhale. I'm going to explain it first. You're going to exhale all of the breath out. I like to just exhale it up through my mouth. And you're going to draw your navel in and slightly up. I just want you to feel that, okay? So we'll try it 3 times. So exhale all the air, draw the navel back and slightly up. And then just release it. Take an inhale. Relax. We'll do it 2 more times. Exhale, draw the navel back and slightly up. And then release and inhale. Exhale, navel goes back and slightly up. And then release. How did that feel? Could you feel that? Yay, nay? Anybody? Different? Okay, we're bringing awareness to those areas. Okay, so I'm going to show you alternatives. We're going to do hip rotation. Since we're sitting down, anybody who wants to stay seated can. But this is for our hips because our hips get really tight because we sit a lot. Human nature. So if you're seated, you're going to do this. You're going to cross your left ankle over your right knee. And then you're just gently, and keep your foot flexed. Then you're just gently going to hold your knee and you're just going to like make rotations with it. Holding the knee, just making rotations, go clockwise and counterclockwise. You're just loosening up that hip. If you want to do it standing, you can use a chair or a wall. You're going to come into mountain pose, put all the weight on the foot closest to the chair. Your other hand can go on your hip. You can lift the leg and start to make big circles. The bigger, the better. Maybe 5 times in one direction. And then you'll do 5 times in the other direction. Clockwise and counterclockwise. It doesn't matter which side. You can be seated or standing. And then when you finish with that leg, you'll do the other. So if you're seated, then you'll put both feet on the floor and cross the opposite ankle over the opposite knee. Standing, the foot closest to the chair or the wall, you'll weight that foot. And then opposite leg, big circles, loosen up those hips. They get tight from sitting, from driving. Just 5 times, both directions. Good. Excellent. Good job. All right. So now everybody is going to come to seated. And we're going to sit up nice and tall again. You're going to put both feet on the floor. And we're going to start to prepare now for Yoga Nidra. Yoga Nidra, the preparation is just as important as actually the practice itself. So we always start with joint and gland, and now we're going to do some breath work. But before we do that, I would like to introduce you to something called the Vayu Mudra, the mudra for pain relief. And we're going to practice it with one hand, and that'll be our left hand. So everybody put their left hand up. And what you're going to do is you're going to bend your pointer finger and then put your thumb on top of it. Okay? Just like this. And you're going to try your best to keep your fingers straight, but you can take your other hand and hold it however you need to hold it to keep it, the thumb pressing on the first bone of that pointer finger and keeping the finger straight. And what you're doing here, this is changing the energy currents in your body. Okay? Just hold it and just set it down on your left knee. Sit up nice and tall. And we're going to start with our breath while we hold this mudra. And this mudra you only have to hold for 2 minutes, 3 times a day. Morning, noon, and night, 2 minutes, and it will help for pain relief. But begin to come into some diaphragmatic breathing, so belly breathing. As you inhale, just fill up that belly like a balloon. And as you exhale, the belly softens, moves to the back body and slightly up. It's a continuous breath, a continuous inhale and exhale. And as you breathe this way, notice the area where the nose and the throat meet, that space called the nasopharynx. Maybe you can feel the breath hitting that area. The breath is silent with no wheezing or gasping. It's smooth like silk. And see if you can get your inhale to be the same tempo as the exhale. That is called one-to-one breathing that brings steadiness and stillness in the body and the mind. If the breath is steady and still, the mind will be steady and still. You might even want to count silently to yourself as you inhale. And when you get to the top of the inhale, exhale and count silently to yourself again, just to get an idea of what the tempo is. And maybe you can even it out a little bit as long as it doesn't cause any stress or strain. Very good. Okay, so you can release your mudra, you can shake out your hands, shake them out. And now we're gonna do some pranayama, and then we'll get right into our Yoga Nidra. So we're gonna practice Ujjayi breath, which is breathing from the back of the throat. It's almost like you're constricting your throat, like you're sipping the breath through a straw. So we're just gonna take 3 breaths there. go ahead, just an inhale and exhale 3 times. Slight constriction of the throat. And remember, everybody's tempo is going to be slightly different. I'm just here to guide you, but just a little compression here. And now what we're going to do is we're going to do piercing the moon breath. It's called Chandra Bhedna, and it will help slow down your thoughts and quiet your mind and promote relaxation. So any way that you can do this is fine. We're going to take 5 breaths. We always inhale through the left nostril and exhale through the right nostril. Now, if you practiced this before, you might be very comfortable doing this. If not, just close the right nostril, inhale through the left. When you're ready, close the left, exhale through the right. When you're ready, close the right, inhale through the left. Remember, everybody's cadence is going to be different. Do what works for you. If you can, see if you can have even breaths, but do it 4 more times on your own. And feel the breath as it enters the left nostril. You can even imagine the light of the moon underneath the left nostril, those incandescent light of the moon traveling up into the right side of the brain. Sense, feel that prana. And when you finish that, you can just place your hands on your top of your thighs. And then we're going to take 3 more ujjayi breaths, breathing from the base of the throat, like you're sipping the breath through a straw. Good. And then next, we're going to practice Surya Bhedna, which is the sun breath, which activates the body and the bodily functions. It also increases our digestive fire. Okay. And with this breath, we always inhale through the right and exhale through the left. So if you're comfortable doing this, just close the left nostril, inhale through the right. When you're ready, close the right, exhale through the left. When you're ready, close the left, inhale through the right, and do that 4 more times on your own. The yogis say that this pranayama destroys death and decay and awakens our Kundalini Shakti and helps with our digestive fire. You can even imagine the rays of the sun traveling up the right side, not of your nostril, to the left side of the brain. And when you finish, you can just gently put your hand right down back on your knees. And we're going to finish that off with taking 3 final ujjayi breaths, breathing from the base of your throat. Light constriction of the throat. Do your best for an even inhale and exhale. And when you're ready, after you finish that, you can make your way to your space for Yoga Nidra. You can practice the Yoga Nidra sitting in a chair, in a recliner, in your bed, or on your yoga mat, wherever you can be comfortable. I do suggest, though, that you dim your light or have a light piece of material to put over your eyes, because light is very stimulating to the nervous system, and we don't want to stimulate our nervous system. And if you get chilly, you might want a jacket or a blanket, because your body temperature will drop. And just wherever you're at, just get comfortable. Separate your heels a little wider than your hips. Your arms can either be by your sides, or you can just rest them on the top of your knees with the palms face up. Take your shoulder blades down your back. And then in these last few moments, just become aware of anything in the body that's less than completely comfortable. And just make any last final adjustment. Relax and allow the body to open to earth. And now begins the practice of Yoga Nidra for sleep. Please become aware of the space that the body occupies. Become aware of the points of contact that the body makes with the surface beneath you. And now become aware of the breath as you inhale and exhale. Create an intention to let go just for the next 30 minutes or so of all responsibilities, all obligations. And remember, sleep is nurturance. Take a moment to thank yourself for taking time to do something for you. Now we're just going to practice again that abdominal belly breath. Just inhaling maybe to the count of 4. And this time, see if you can extend your exhalation. Maybe you extend just one breath more, squeezing the belly back and slightly up. Possibly inhaling to the count of 4 and exhaling to the count of 5 or 6. Letting go of all tension, smoothing out the breath. Bringing yourself to that place of peaceful relaxation and rest. Now what I would like you to do is I would like you to take your left hand and place it underneath your right armpit. I'm mirroring you here. Okay, so left hand under the right armpit. And when you inhale, imagine the breath from the crown of the head moving all the way down to your toes. And then as you exhale, toes to the top of the left brain. Continue to do that for the next minute as you inhale the breath Moves all the way down to your toes. And as you exhale, the breath moves from the toes all the way up to the left side of the brain. Inhaling down from the crown of the head to the toes. And exhaling from the toes all the way to the top of the left brain. You can even see or sense or feel moonlight fill the body and the brain. Take one more complete breath. And then we're going to maintain that same ratio of extending our breath. But we're going to bring in the solar breath. So take the left hand and put it in the right armpit. And same thing. Inhale from the top of the head. And then exhale from the toes all the way to the right brain. You inhale, the breath travels from the top of the head all the way down to the toes. And as you exhale, the breath moves all the way up to the right side of the brain. You can even see or sense sunlight fill the whole body and brain. Inhaling from the top of the head all the way to the toes. And exhaling from the toes all the way to the top of the right brain. Seeing sunlight fill the body and the brain. Take one more complete breath. You can rest your arms by your side or on the top of your thighs. And as you relax more completely, sense your heels being pulled down towards the earth. Sense the calves drawn to the center of the planet. Feel or sense gravity claim the weight of your hips as they feel more heavy. Sense your lower back softening. And even your organs sinking to the back of the earth. Both arms feel heavy. And sense a weight or density in the palms of the hands. The chest softens. Allow your jaw to relax. The upper and lower rows of teeth separate. And the tongue widens. Even the inner ear releases. Feel or sense the whole body open to earth. And sense the breath flowing effortlessly through the nostrils and the body. Effortless awareness, no holding, no constriction. And now we're going to move into our 31 points. And you're just going to listen to my voice and allow the words to wash over you. Remember, Yoga Nidra isn't so much about trying and doing, it's about how you feel. So just listen to my voice. Please bring your awareness to the space between your eyebrows and see or sense a star-like point of light. Throat center, same thing. See or sense a star-like point of light. Awareness moves to the right shoulder joint, point of light. Awareness moves to the right elbow joint. Relax into this space. Center of the right wrist. Let go of all doing. Tip of the right thumb, point of light. Tip of the right pointer finger, point of light. Tip of the right middle finger, relax. Tip of the right ring finger, point of light. Tip of the right pinky finger, awareness remains aware. Center of the right wrist, point of light. Right elbow joint, be effortless. Right shoulder joint, point of light. Throat center, relax into this space. Awareness moves to the left shoulder joint, point of light. Left elbow joint, presence, ease. Center of the left wrist, point of light. Tip of the left thumb, point of light. Tip of the left pointer finger, point of light. Tip of the left middle finger, relax into this space. Tip of the left ring finger, point of light. Tip of the left pinky finger, awareness. Center of the left wrist, point of light. Left elbow joint, point of light. Left shoulder joint, breath and awareness move here. Throat center, alert to presence, point of light. Space between the eyebrows. You are the witness. Rest here in the witness, the one who is always aware, always present, always at rest, even as you sleep. Your space becomes filled with a constellation of stars. The space inside of you is the same as the space as the inside of you. And you are consciously pervading this space. The stars, the points are luminous, and your breath is an everless wave of life force. Relax and sense the breath moving, coming and going in this space of consciousness. Every inhale is a renewal, and every exhalation is a release, a letting go. Now, please, abiding in this witness consciousness, I'm going to ask you to go backward in time to half-hour increments. Just walk through all of your experiences since you were asleep. Perceive each memory from the place of the witness without judgment and from a non-reactive place. See what you were doing, thinking, or feeling. And once it's registered, Go back 30 minutes earlier and do the same thing. What was I doing? What was I thinking? And what was I feeling? And from that place of the witness, with no judgment, just observe. This practice builds cognition. Continue to go back in half-hour increments until you return to awareness of yourself resting in a deep sleep. From that non-reactive place, what was I doing? What was I thinking? What was I feeling? And now please become aware of when you were last resting in a deep sleep. Become aware of how you were last resting in a deep sleep. You have your choice. You may place your mind and body into that state and go to sleep now, or you can begin to come out of Yoga Nidra by taking a deep breath in all the way down to your fingertips and your toes, and exhaling, bringing some light movement into the fingertips, the toes, and even the neck. If you like, you can bring your palms together at your heart center, rub them and create some heat between your hands. Place the palms of your hands over your eyes. And when you feel as though you've been reactivated, you can move back out into the world. The practice of Yoga Nidra is complete.